Becca Rausch serves the town in the Senate. The first-time senator joined me from her home in Needham via FaceTime on Thursday. Senator, let me begin by asking, how are you and your family doing?
Thank you, Peter. We are fine, thankfully, taking all the precautions, of course. It is very interesting to be a senator in this moment, and also as you know, my husband and I parent two young kids, so we are figuring that out, and grateful to the family and friends who are helping us manage all of that so we can keep doing this work for everybody.
How difficult is it working from home when you have two children?
Well, I am lucky to have a lot of support. In particular, my parents have been basically providing, preschool and kindergarten class for half the morning. Great, because it gives me a good chunk of time. Also, I am married, and my spouse and I are both working from home pretty much exclusively. I am in the State House today, but we're sort of tag teaming, so we're figuring it out.
State House must be like a ghost town?
Yes, that is indeed an accurate term to use. There is nobody here, which is good. I actually was heartened on my way in today that there's no one, basically no one on the road. There's basically no one here. It is kind of eerie to have no one here in the middle of the day, although I certainly have had my fair share of late nights, so I'm not unfamiliar with an empty State House, but it is weird for the sun to be shining and for it to be that empty.
When did you get notice that sessions would not be held, that with the exception of coming in on an individual basis, the State House would be closed?
Well, the State House closed to the public on Monday, I believe. My office went fully remote on Thursday of last week, so we are fully remote, other than me being in the office today, obviously. But we are still fully functional. We were planning for it. Because we could kind of see the writing on the wall. And so we figured this would be coming. So my staff did a phenomenal job making sure that we were ready to go if and when, which turned out, of course, to be when the moment came for us to shift to a fully remote system. So we are functional. You can still call our office, 617-722-1555. Our voicemail, we check it regularly, multiple times a day. All of our emails are working. We are here for you, and we are also publishing accurate, verified information as well as updates on what I and my team are personally working on. We send that out by email. We've sent out 2 just this week already, including 2 last week. We'll be sending another one tomorrow on Friday, and everything is published on the website, beccarauschma.com/COVID-19.
Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker Sunday night, and I think this woke up a lot of people who maybe were questioning, how severe is this going to be? Yeah. Schools closed through April 6th, restaurants, bars, and ironically, I was at a Chinese restaurant in their lounge, not seated at the bar, but seated at one of the high-top tables when the announcement came down, and everyone was like, oh my God, what are we going to do? Massachusetts, as far as taking those steps, the state was among one of the leaders in doing so.
Well, the state has one of the highest numbers of COVID-19 positive patients in the nation, so we have to be. A number of my legislative colleagues and I would have liked to have seen that sooner. A number of us have asked the governor for a shelter-in-place order, not a fully restrictive one. You still go to the grocery store, you can still take a walk, you still go to the pharmacy, still get to essential jobs, of course. But people need to take this very, very seriously. This is a highly contagious. We don't even know what the real contagion rate is because testing has been so woefully inadequate. But we do know it is highly contagious. It has a mortality rate that is very concerning, and we need to take precautions. And frankly, seeing, again, it's heartening to see basically a ghost town everywhere I've been today. But we really need everyone to play their part, to engage in extensive social distancing. It is the only way that we will not fully overwhelm our healthcare system, which is already nearly there. I am getting reports routinely. So I think I've had, half a dozen just today that our healthcare workers are unable to access sufficient protective gear. Our first responders don't have the kind of protective gear that they need. And we have really serious issues here that need to be addressed. That's part of why I'm in the State House today, because I am the Senate chair of the Municipalities Committee, and we have a ton to do to make sure that certainly the towns in my district, but all the towns in the Commonwealth have structure and guidance and ability within the confines of state law to manage through this pandemic period.
What's been the reason from the governor's office why not sheltering in place at this time? And if not now, when?
Yeah, I'm not sure. You'd have to ask him and his team.
Okay. Down in this neck of the woods, of course, we are served by a very good hospital, Sturdy Memorial Hospital. Mm-hmm. One of the drawbacks, however, is they're not a part of a major hospital group. They're pretty much on their own. And I hate to say it, but as far as pecking order comes, when it comes to getting masks, getting testing kits, and so on, they're probably at the bottom of the totem pole.
Well, I can tell you that the North Attleboro area has a very strong legislative delegation. I'm very proud to be a part of it. I was just speaking with Representative Poirier yesterday. I am confident that we will do everything we can to support the hospital and every resident of the region, which is necessary and challenging. Every place is strapped for resources right now, and that's difficult. And all the more reason why we need some very strong leadership from the state level.
Well, I certainly appreciate with how busy you are that you would take a few minutes to spend with us for this special newscast that we are doing, and hopefully we won't have to do it again, but hopefully if we do, you'll be available.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure to talk to you, Peter. I, like you, wish it were under better circumstances. But again, if anyone needs anything, please do not hesitate to reach out to me or my team. We will get back to you as soon as we possibly can. And people are calling in, and I want to thank all of the viewers who are in fact reaching out with both questions and needs and also support. So thanks, everybody, and wash your hands.
Thank you.
20 seconds.
Stay safe.
You too. Take care.